flight. A self-described psychic's tip that a bomb might be on an American Airlines plane prompted a search with bomb-sniffing dogs in Florida. They didn't find anything, but the flight never took off. That's because by the time the search was over, some crew members had exceeded their work hours. None of the passengers headed for Dallas had boarded the plane. They were all put on later flights. A jet that disappeared from radar in New Mexico has been found. The former fighter jet, which had been converted to a civilian plane, lost radio contact Friday on its way from New Mexico to Arizona. Crews found the jet yesterday afternoon. The pilot was the only person on board. The woman accusing Los Angeles Laker guard Kobe Bryant of rape was spotted in Florida recently. She had apparently sought out employment at a local restaurant. KPTV's Lynn Gordon has more on her brief stint as the restaurant hostess during one of the most watched trials of the year.
It's about as far from a Colorado courtroom as you can get, where Kobe Bryant is accused of rape. Lucille's Barbecue in Delray Beach, the last place you might expect the NBA star's accuser to show up.
Well, she came in to eat with one other female friend, and they ate, saw what a cool place Lucille's was. Needed a job, I guess, so she filled out an application.
Lucille's general manager, Matt Grossman, says he knew who the 19-year-old was right away. He needed a hostess and hired her immediately.
I knew her name, and when she gave me her background and references that were all from Colorado, I had made mention to the fact that her name sounded very familiar to me.
Grossman says the young woman was a hard-working hostess and a good employee, but her stint here at Lucille's Barbecue only lasted a couple of days. That's because her whereabouts were no longer a secret. The Globe magazine capturing the woman on camera March 11th after work. The supermarket tabloid reporting the teen was in a Delray Beach drug rehab trying to kick her cocaine habit.
A journalist came into the restaurant and then, without her permission, took some photographs of her walking from here back to her house, and she was wearing the Lucille's uniform.
Lucille's customers had no idea who was seating them those 2 days. Kind of freaky. After being tracked down, the woman leaving Lucille's, but not before leaving employees here with quite a story to tell.
It's a small world. You got to have Palm Beach County in the news at least once a year, whether it's the elections, the terrorists, or Kobe Bryant's accuser.
That was Lynn Gordon reporting. The next round of court hearings in the Kobe Bryant sex abuse case are Friday. In news around the world tonight, tens of thousands of homes are in ruins after a raging storm slams into Brazil. High winds, rain, and hail hit the southern coast, killing 2 people, hurting 35 others. 5 fishermen are missing, and the search for them is hampered by more rain. Meteorologists say an extratropical cyclone is to blame for the damage. U.S. experts labeled it a hurricane with winds of 50 miles an hour. At least 30 people are hurt tonight after a bomb exploded outside of a bar in Thailand. Authorities say it was attached to a motorbike and blew up in a hotel parking lot. Officials are blaming the blast on Muslim separatists since most people in the country are Buddhist. But tonight, no group has claimed responsibility. There are more than a half-dozen casinos on Indian land in Oregon, and many of them are in big bucks for tribes. Now, some people are asking if the government should still give them money. Tribes say tax dollars aren't the issue. It's a matter of respecting U.S.-Indian relations. KPTV's Anita Vogel has more on the debate.
California's San Manuel Band of Mission Indians makes about $100 million a year from its casino and bingo hall, money they've put to work to make more.
We don't like to talk about the revenues generated from our operations, but it has afforded us to do other things, as you've seen.
Things like $1 million bottling plant on the reservation, buying into a posh restaurant in Pasadena, office buildings in Orange County, and a Washington, D.C. hotel.
We want to get into operations that have long lives, because obviously we're not going anywhere and we need that positive cash flow.
But there's another side to the tribal success stories of the Indian gaming era. Some of that positive cash flow comes from tax dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars nationwide. Now, we couldn't get exact figures from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and not every tribe has a casino, but some are asking whether the wealthiest tribes should be weaned off of government subsidies.
The funds, let's not forget, are the hard-earned tax dollars of citizens of this state and this nation. And the intent of the program was to provide funding to the needy Indians of this nation.
Tax watchdog Cheryl Schmidt says Washington needs to reevaluate its treaties with gaming tribes. San Manuel Chairman Marquez says their good fortune doesn't change the debt owed his people by the U.S.
It's not an element of needing the money, it's an element of maintaining the federal government-to-government relationship that is as old as this nation.
Recently, San Manuel donated $4 million to the UCLA Law School, and gaming tribes are now among the largest political donors in the nation. If tribes have so much money, they're giving it away. Some argue it's time to re-examine our financial relationships. In Los Angeles, Anita Vogel, Fox News.
Well, you could not have asked for a better weather day to wrap up your weekend. And as we take a live look over downtown Portland with our Fox Tower cam tonight, it's still pretty nice out there. What will tomorrow bring, though? Storm Team 12's Christy Powers has your pinpoint forecast coming up. Are rappers ending up behind bars because they're living the thug life, or are they being unfairly targeted by police? And tips for parents wondering if it's okay to snoop in their kids' rooms.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. The Dodge heavy-duty Ram is here with a re-engineered Cummins 600 turbo diesel engine that generates a best-in-class 600 pounds-feet of torque, yet a remarkably quieter ride. It offers best-in-class interior space. And of course, when you really need it, better towing capability than Ford. The new Dodge heavy-duty Ram. Grab life by the horns at your local Dodge dealer.
When the doctor told us we were having squintuplets,
That's 22.
we thought he was joking. With 4 other kids and us, that's 28 different people to please. That's why we signed up for Comcast digital cable with On-Demand and Stars. We get hundreds of channels and a free library of on-demand movies and shows. And now with Stars On Demand, we get over 100 hit movies free each month. So now everyone gets more. Even Charlie.
Call 1-877-COMCAST to sign up for Comcast digital cable with On-Demand and Stars.
The radio waves are heating up. Liberal talk show hosts try to give conservatives a run for their money. Find out who's on the mic now. First, live, local.
As your family grows, so do their needs. Is your life insurance coverage keeping up? To help you be absolutely sure, talk to someone who's seen a few changes themselves.
We live where you live.
For life insurance, call your State Farm agent.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We do more than sell cars. We sell long-term relationships. At Russ Saturn of Beaverton, we take a no-pressure approach to selling cars, and we offer our customers great deals. For example, we're offering up to $3,000 cash back on L Series or 0% financing for 5 years. And we've got $2,000 cash back on the Ion and View. Stop by Russ Saturn of Beaverton for a great deal and see what it's like to own a car the Russ way.
America's radio waves will soon lean to the left when the liberal radio station Air America debuts on Wednesday. Comedian and author Al Franken will headline the launch. KPTV's Adora Udoji gives us a glimpse at the new liberal radio station.
If I was friends with Ken Edelman, I'm sure he's a nice Jewish boy.
Comedian Al Franken just couldn't resist. Even the name of his upcoming radio show sounds like a punchline. It's called The O'Franken Factor, a clear swipe at the conservative Bill O'Reilly show, The O'Reilly Factor. The creators of Air America, the country's first self-proclaimed liberal radio network, are betting that humor will pull in listeners.
You take somebody as talented as Al Franken, who's working as hard as he is, who's as committed as he is to being successful and providing, great radio to talk about things that he believes are not in the American dialogue right now.
Indeed, the airwaves are dominated by conservatives, with Rush Limbaugh leading the pack.
Increasingly popular Rush Limbaugh program.
He pulls in nearly 15 million listeners a week. Right behind him, conservative host Sean Hannity at 12 million. But analysts say there's plenty of room.
Being conservative or being liberal are not the main elements in the recipe for success. You have to be talented and have some special charismatic magic about you to attract a radio audience.
Air America is promising provocative programs led by Franken, actress-comedian Janine Garofalo, and hip-hop godfather Chuck D of the group Public Enemy. Some argue it might even help that Democrats are not in the White House, especially in a big presidential election year.
Talk radio works best when it takes on power, when it flies in the face of authority, when it takes the outsider role and is the critical position.
But it's a tough business. They don't expect to turn a profit for 3 years.
That was Adora Udoji reporting. The test for Air America begins this week. It will be broadcast on radio stations in New York City, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and Chicago. Air America officials say they're looking into stations in Washington, D.C., Boston, and Philadelphia. No word on when or if Air America, that is, will make its way here to Portland. Now, still to come tonight, no one wants to lose all they have in a house fire, but it continues to happen every day. And you may be surprised to find out why. Plus, it's a wireless wish list for gadget lovers. We'll show you what's hot on the new high-tech scene.
And I don't think anyone's complaining about the weather we had today. Tons of sun out there. We do have a couple of cool days ahead. And yes, more warmth in your work week forecast. I'll detail it coming up just after the break.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
You just can't lose at the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event. Win with the popular Hyundai Elantra. Get up to $2,500 cash back or 0% APR on every Elantra. Save thousands over comparable Toyotas and Hondas.
And you win with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles.
You win some, you win some at the Hyundai Win-Win Spring Event. Now through March 31st.
Get a 2004 Elantra for just $169 a month at your local Hyundai dealer.
Should we show Mommy your x-ray?
What's an x-ray?
Picture of your bones.
Katie might find medical technology a little over her head, but at Kaiser Permanente, she sees eye to eye with a doctor who's always cared for her.
See, Katie? No break.
Does Tina need an x-ray?
At Kaiser Permanente, you get to choose a doctor like Tamara Kusek.
I told you she was nice.
Whose big heart can make a little child feel very special indeed.
Sound the alarm. Despite repeated warnings, people are still dying in house fires. New information adds fuel to a hot fire prevention campaign coming up next.
How inspiring can a minivan be? Can it give you seats when you need them? And space when you don't? Yes. Can it take a mountain of stuff and make it disappear? With exclusive Stow and Go seating and storage? Absolutely. Introducing the all-new Chrysler Town & Country, starting at $20,995. Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Whiskers. Happy birthday to you.
These are for you, Aunt Millie, and for Mr. Whiskers. Thank you. We have to go.
I know someone who's invited to your next party.
Lottery games are based on chance and should be played for entertainment only, not investment purposes.
This segment of the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
Now's the time to get great Toyota values. For the first time ever on Corolla, get 0.9% financing for up to 60 months or $1,000 cash on the car that was, once again, named a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. Or get a truly unique Matrix with 1.9% financing or $500 cash. Don't miss Toyota's nationwide sales event with legendary quality, incredible selection, and values. Hey, what's not to like?
Each year, thousands of people die in house fires, and the reasons continue to frustrate fire prevention advocates. So why aren't homeowners getting the picture? KPTV's Pete Ferryman reports.
Residential house fires claim the lives of almost 3,000 people each year. Experts say one reason is that the furniture in homes is not resistant to flames.
Consumers need to do their part by keeping cigarettes, matches, lighters, and candles away from children.
Right now, there is only a government regulation mandating furniture and mattresses be resistant to cigarettes.
We're currently working with the federal government and with experts in the private sector to establish a national regulation to make furniture more resistant to open flame sources.
Regulations only go so far. Although the mattress standard was passed in 1973, a 65-year-old retired construction worker died in this fire just last week. Fire marshals say he fell asleep while smoking in bed. Smoke alarms are credited with helping to save thousands of lives, but not everyone will hear them.
Everyone should develop and practice a fire escape plan for the home. Since children and some older people may not be awakened by the sound of a smoke alarm.
Unintentional fires start in various ways. One is children playing with lighters and matches. Parents should keep them out of reach. Malfunctioning appliances are also a concern. Parents should make sure they're properly serviced. And unattended open flames are a danger, so blow out candles before leaving a room.
And you gotta love a day like today. Lots of sunshine out there and warm temperatures, but we do have some rain in the forecast. We'll get to it in just a minute. But first, we're gonna look out over our Fox Tower Cam Live. It is clear out there. Lots of stars in the sky, 58 degrees, and winds are out of the southeast at 10 miles an hour. Earlier today, picture perfect in Waterfront Park. Great for walking the dog or maybe going on the afternoon bike ride. And certainly, this next shot right up my alley, just boating out there on the Willamette. It was just a gorgeous day to do that. If I had a boat, that's where I'd be, right out there on the water, maybe feeding those ducks. Certainly a great day to be outside. And I shot this from, about 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, looking northeast over Portland, and it was just gorgeous. You can see Mount Hood, no problem with visibility here. Lots of blue skies, and look at all those boats moving up and down the Willamette River. I think we'll see that again for tomorrow as well, because we'll have another nice day. Temperatures very warm. We cracked the 70-degree mark in Vancouver, also in Aurora, but guess what? We can beat that when we head off to the south and the west. In Newport, a new record, 73 degrees. Old record, 72 back in 1995. So certainly a great day to be outdoors, whether it was here in Portland or out on the beaches. Clear skies for all locations, and I think we'll see that again for tomorrow. We have a huge dome of high pressure. It's very strong, sitting over us. That's giving us the sunny skies, the warm temperatures. This is our next front. It will be moving in, giving us rainfall for Tuesday, and then Wednesday we'll see all of these puffy little clouds. These are going to be our showers that we'll see the middle of the week, and yes, it's going to be a little cooler as well. So a couple of days of cool weather and then right back into the warmth. Here's the breakdown of the rain as it moves on shore about 2 a.m. on Tuesday, and then as we head into your morning commute on Tuesday, Portland, Salem, you'll be in the rainfall as well. Out on the west side tomorrow, beautiful conditions, mostly sunny and temperatures near 70 degrees, 73 in Salem for tomorrow. And here in the Gorge, breezy conditions for Cascade Locks. Winds will be out of the east, 15 to 25 miles an hour. The Dow's looking at sunny skies, 74 degrees, and winds will be light and variable there. So just gorgeous to get outside once again. Sunshine in La Grande, mostly sunny for Bend, 70 degrees the temperature. And your metro forecast showing a few low clouds hanging in here. We get rid of them. Blue skies to deal with for your Monday. We'll top out at 73 for a high here in the metro area. And then as we head into the evening, we'll look at just a few high clouds. Certainly won't be anything to keep us from viewing all the stars. And if you've looked outside tonight, just gorgeous moon out, and this actually taken just a couple of hours ago from one of our viewers. Ian and his dad were out tonight looking out with their telescope, and they took this picture through the telescope. You can see all of those craters there on the moon. Very good picture. Thank you guys for sending that in. Temperatures For tomorrow, 72 in Forest Grove, as well as Hillsborough, 73 in Wilsonville. And on the east side, we're looking at 73 for Gresham, 72 in Troutdale, and 70 in Sandy. Winds will be a little breezier as you head toward the gorge, about 20 miles an hour. Winds will be east at 10 miles an hour around the rest of the metro area. So mostly sunny skies for your Monday. Rain comes in on Tuesday, and then it'll turn showery and cool for Wednesday. Then we finally dry things out and we'll be warm through the weekend. That will be perfect to go up to see the Wooden Shoe Tulip Festival near Woodburn. That runs through April 20th. If that's not your cup of tea, maybe Hoodoo is. The spring fling going on up there. You can go to the snow shovel competition, the snow bike race, or maybe the pond skimming contest. So it looks like the weather will be cooperating for all of those events. And Andy Carson will be in tomorrow morning on Good Day Oregon from 5 to 9.
Christy, thanks. It's a plan to kill spam. Find out how parents are trying to keep their children's computer junk mail free. And the real spam is what's for dinner. It's actually the only thing for dinner at a hot new restaurant. Rappers often write lyrics about thug life and sometimes live those lines, but are police singling them out? And stretching for healthy living. A health expert says it's a waste of time.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
Dear Bill, I'm traveling widely. I've been to the Caribbean. And would you believe it, I've been cliff diving in Mexico. Now I'm in Le Quebec. Bonjour, as they say. I'm something of a cheese connoisseur. I do enjoy a stinky cheese. A pungent, ghastly, stinky piece of cheese. Well, cheerio, the roaming gnome. Book with Travelocity. Don't forget your hat.
Start your day with a show that will touch your life and touch your heart. Join Pat Robertson for the 700 Club, weekday mornings at 8 on KPTX UPN 49.
To snoop or not to snoop, as a parent, when is it okay to poke around in your child's backpack or bedroom? Some suggestions next on the 10 o'clock news. First, live local.
This is March Madness on wheels at your Pontiac dealer. The time of year when you step it up and leave the weak stuff at home.
Here comes the ready or not. How you like me now?
Qualified lessees leave your checkbook at home and lease a Pontiac Vibe for around $228 a month with nothing due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra. Call for details.
March Madness on wheels at your Pontiac dealer.
Who built these wind turbines and the hundreds more that have followed? The way I see it, it's the thousands of PGE customers who've signed up for renewable energy options. It's your demand that's creating supply and working toward a cleaner, healthier Oregon. So thanks, and keep it up, because this isn't really about wind power. It's a story about the power of choice.
Renewable power options. Enroll at portlandgeneral.com.
For exceptional lease and finance offers, visit Monty Shelton Jaguar.
You know you're supposed to stretch before working out, right? Well, new research says, why bother? Stephen Thacker with the Center for Disease Control and Prevention says he found no benefit in stretching. He says stretching does not prevent injuries, but he does say dancers and gymnasts might benefit from stretching because their sports require more flexibility. And he says warming up is still important to get blood flowing to the muscles. In the fight against cancer, researchers say go nuts. A study released today says getting plenty of vitamin E by eating nuts may cut bladder cancer risk in half. Vitamin E has also been shown to decrease rates of prostate cancer. Besides nuts, good vitamin E sources include spinach greens, peppers, seeds, and a variety of oils, including olive and canola. The recent Do Not Call list got huge support from telephone users. Now some want a similar program to stop kids from receiving internet spam. They say kids are especially vulnerable to X-rated or offensive pop-ups and that it's time to take action to protect them. KPTV's Steve Brown reports.
Molly, you can log on, and Delia, you can log on.
They may just be 8 years old, but already they're more computer savvy than many adults. But the teacher in this classroom says there are some lessons she does not want her students to learn online, the ones often featured in pop-up ads and explicit emails.
I'm especially worried because I see what comes into my mail, so I get nervous about what might come into their mail.
Look, it says, "Hi, Rihanna."
Millions of young children have access to the web, which means spammers have access to them.
You have so many pop-ups. You have so many salacious materials bombarding your computer.
State Senator Mike Bishop introduced a bill for a children's protection registry in Michigan designed like the national Do Not Call list. The registry would be created by a software program like this one that stores information in code so that no child can be identified.
The bill, if passed, would allow parents to register their child's address, email contacts, whether it be electric contacts, email, pagers, cell phones.
Spammers contacting a registered child would be prosecuted. Critics charge keeping a Do Not Disturb registry up to date would be impossible because children change email addresses.
The biggest victim in this will be the parent who puts the name of their children on the list and then doesn't see any diminution in the amount of spam that the child gets.
And Mastria believes most spammers will just ignore the list.
And in those cases, we're going to nail them to the wall. If they decide they want to do that, if they want to just blatantly violate the law, they're going to pay for it.
Utah's governor is expected to sign a similar bill into law soon. State Senator Bishop would prefer the federal government tackle this issue nationwide. Barring that, he says Michigan's lawmakers should step in to keep explicit electronic messages away from young people. Steve Brown, Fox News.
Parents, you know you're tempted, but when is it okay to snoop in your child's bedroom? Anytime? Never? Sometimes? KPTV's Shauna Parsons has the age-old debate to snoop or not to snoop.
Before you know it, your young child's bedroom turns into a refuge for your young adult, a place where they want their privacy, and a place that can be a source of tension between parent and teen.
I have looked through things, I will admit that, but I wouldn't do it on a regular basis.
There's nothing to look for. Like, you can go and look to my room, I'll tell her that, because you're not going to find anything.
Sue Sensky and her 16-year-old daughter Shannon have had their moments over the snooping issue, but they've also found some common ground.
I think that if you have reason to believe something might be going on, I think you do have the right. It's your home.
Like with drinking or doing drugs or different things like that. And you can just tell that their parents, they don't really take much responsibility for them.
I even resent the word snooping. I don't think that's the appropriate term to use for a parent who looks through a child's room because they are concerned about a problem. They want to help the child and they want to know what the problem is.
Child psychologist and author Dr. Sylvia Rim says looking through diaries, class notes, drawers, and computer messages is an act of love. But at the same time, she says it's only appropriate when you have reason to be suspicious.
There wouldn't be any necessity about a parent reading a child's diary or looking through private material if the child is behaving well, seems happy, is confident, is a good student, is not having problems, because the child should have some privacy.
But if it's proof you need, Dr. Rim says it's your responsibility to snoop, get the evidence, and get help.
If they accuse a child of using marijuana or smoking, and they're not sure, that child will deny it. They say, oh no, I never use marijuana. That's my friend's marijuana. That's my friend's cigarettes. I'm holding them for my friend. You know how many times I've heard that story? Of course they're going to deny it.
And Shannon admits it's the kids with the stricter parents like her mom who seem to do better in school and stay out of trouble.
The teen years are not easy. I know that, she knows that, but you know, we'll get through it. And again, I just think you kind of need to be one step ahead, and hopefully things will go well.
Dr. Rim says the most important thing is to keep communication going with your child so you don't have to snoop. She says if you talk to your child and listen every single day, it won't be an issue. Shauna Parsons, the 10 o'clock news.
We all know cell phones are doing more than we ever expected, but a glimpse at the future shows how much more they're capable of. At the Cell Phone Expo in Atlanta, the hottest new gadgets are on display. Check out this prototype. It's a pen phone made by Simons. The idea behind it, you can write a note without any ink or paper and your phone will store it. Or how about a far-out idea like this, a phone that scans barcodes theoretically in magazines by your favorite album review, and the phone would find the album online and beam song samples back to you within minutes. Nokia's newest gadget looks like a blast from the past because it's actually so big. It kind of looks like it's from the 80s, but it's really actually ahead of its time. The phone opens up into a computer. All of these phones are just prototypes now, so don't look for them on the shelves anytime real soon. Think of your favorite food: pizza, ice cream, steak. One thing that probably doesn't come to mind, though, is Spam. But a recently opened restaurant is getting a lot of attention now. KPTV's Catherine Dorsett gives us an example of a new restaurant all about Spam.
Spam. It's, if you ask people of my age, I think they grew up with Spam. It's a favorite.
Look out, burger chain restaurants. There's a new type of product getting a lot of attention. A businessman in Manila says his Spam Jam restaurant is attracting a lot of customers.
Well, as you can probably imagine, I'm a huge Spam lover.
Philip Abadilla says his new restaurant has been a success since its opening in December, pulling in 300 customers a day. He already has plans underway to open 2 more branches.
And as a businessman, I'm always on the lookout for good opportunities. And I figure since there's a big market for Spam here in the Philippines, maybe a restaurant serving all Spam will be something that will be welcomed by a lot of Filipinos, and it proved us right. No?
The canned luncheon meat, first founded during World War II by Hormel, is often ridiculed by Americans. However, in the Philippines, 2.75 million pounds of it is consumed each year. Businessman Philip Abadilla decided to capitalize on his country's passion for the tinned pork product, which is why the Spam Jam restaurant was born.
I grew up in Spam, so I like Spam very much.
Some of Abadilla's menu items include Spam burgers, Spam nuggets, Spam spaghetti, Caesar salad with Spam, and Spam and eggs. And for those who are not fans of the tinned pork product, you can also order a good old-fashioned hot dog from the menu. I'm Catherine Dorsett reporting.
Sounds good. Spam Jam owners aren't saying if or when they plan to open up a restaurant here in the United States. Many hip-hop rap artists are high profile, and some have been involved in violent crimes. Now there are allegations that police are singling out these musicians. Biggie Smalls, Tupac Shakur, and Jam Master Jay, rappers caught and killed in fierce rivalries. And today, many of hip-hop's top artists are working, playing, and picking up some of the industry's most prestigious awards in Miami. But now some are accusing Miami and Miami Beach police of gathering intelligence on high-profile black rappers.
We don't think police officers should act their prejudice out against hip-hop in this immoral and unjust and unconstitutional way.
Miami's top cop denies the accusation.
This thing is so wrong.
Miami's police chief does say that last year officers from Miami and Miami Beach did travel to New York. The NYPD spoke about the growing hip-hop culture and its alleged criminal element.
This was a training session regarding the violence that was going on between East-West, having nothing to do with Miami, but the possibility that this stuff may spread. Guess what? It hasn't spread.
Police received this binder, page after page of mugshots, rap sheets, arrests, and convictions, including drug possession, rape, robbery, murder, and other charges. Critics acknowledge some rappers have criminal histories, but say a police book filled with photos of only young black men looks like profiling.
The mere existence of a binder is highly problematic and offensive and unconstitutional. Again, it simply amounts to profiling of, a particular set of individuals.
I saw the binder.
The man who heads the Miami Beach Black Host Committee has seen the controversial binder and saw no evidence of profiling.
Clearly, the book does not show that it's been a surveillance. And if there was a surveillance, then we as the Miami Beach Black Host Committee would have been very troubled.
Both sides have agreed to hold a local hip-hop seminar to better understand each other. Well, the worlds of hip-hop music and politics came together in Chicago this weekend. Hundreds of young people flocked there for the hip-hop summit. It's free as long as fans show their voter registration cards or sign up to vote. The move was to encourage young people to get more informed and involved in politics. Similar events are planned at other cities across the country. Well, the Mariners continue to swing away at spring training, but was today's performance good enough to handle the Diamondbacks? Adam's up next with sports.
You're watching the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local. Something extraordinary is happening. Something so big, so unique, it's going to impact the entire Pacific Northwest. It's Ford Truck Month at your Northwest Ford stores, and that means you can lease a new Ranger 4x4 Super Cab for only $199 a month. Plus, receive a Garmin handheld global positioning system at no extra charge. That's America's best-selling compact pickup with four-wheel drive and Super Cab for only $199 a month. Plus, get a Garmin GPS at no additional cost. Only during Ford Truck Month, and only at your Northwest Ford stores.
Morty's always been very inflexible about his side of the Sleep Number bed.
I jumped into bed. It was on 45. I loved it. Why experiment?
I've always been somewhat of a daredevil. I like to try different things.
40 one day, 25 the next.
I like spontaneity.
It's a bed. It's comfortable at 45. What's so spontaneous about a bed?
That's my Morty.
A Sleep Number is the key to a perfect night's sleep. Find your Sleep Number at a select comfort store.
At the Alamo. When I return, we'll get a home of our own, I promise.
To protect what they love and fight for what they believe, a few hundred will stand against an empire.
We're gonna need a lot more men.
Touchstone Pictures presents the true story of the ordinary men who became heroes.
Remember the Alamo!
The Alamo, rated PG-13, starts April 9th in theaters everywhere.
Intense tournament hoops highlights are straight ahead. Did you pick the big winners today? Adams in next with sports on the 10 o'clock news. First, live, local.
The Subaru all-wheel drive away, starring Subaru Forester, the best small SUV ever crash tested. 1.9 APR for 63 months. Subaru WRX, 0 to 60 in 5.4 seconds. 750 cashback or 1.9 APR. And Subaru Outback, all-wheel drive ruggedness and car-like ride. Up to $1,500 cash back or 1.9 APR. Get the best deals ever at the Subaru all-wheel drive away, now through March 31st.
I love what I do. I love the people I work for, and I love the company I work for. I've had some great mentors in the past. I had one general manager that was just real significant in my career, making sure that I finished college and went on to do more. I started off as a part-time cashier at Sam's Club, and now I'm the vice president over the stationery department at Walmart. There's so much at Walmart that you can do. I want to continue my career, and I want to continue growing. It started out as a job for me, but it ended up being an amazing career. My name is Teresa, and I've been with Walmart for 18 years.
This segment of the 10 o'clock news is brought to you by Dodge.
Dodge Truck Month is ending, so hurry to your Dodge dealer where you can grab the 500 horsepower SRT10, the heavy-powered Ram 1500, and the Ram Heavy Duty with re-engineered Cummins 600 Turbo Diesel. With some of our best deals, like 0% financing or up to $3,500 cash allowance, which includes a $1,000 truck month bonus on select Rams, and our 770 powertrain limited warranty. Hurry, Truck Month powers down March 31st.
Hi again, everyone. The Kansas Jayhawks were just 40 minutes away from their third straight trip to the Final Four. Standing in their way, Georgia Tech, who had waited some 14 long years to make it back. Let's do the show and tell thing. Our homegrown talent, Aaron Miles, handling the pressure. 11 points, 8 dimes for the pride of Jefferson High. The Yellow Jackets, though, turned to Jarrett Jack. He was ridiculous, scoring 29. Kansas, always a flair for the dramatic, though, gets it in the hands of freshman J.R. Giddens. Ooh, that is so clutch. Tied at 66. They go to overtime where Will Bynum, the Arizona transfer, played Mr. Big Shot. Georgia Tech is in. Will face Oklahoma State next Saturday. The lone #1 seed remaining was Duke. Xavier standing in their way, and they've never been this far. Don't tell that to Dedrick Finn. Puts them up 2 at the break, but the Dukies are battle-tested. J.J. Redick, so smooth, would bag the 3-ball. Duke up 3. And how about Luol Deng? Great name, better game. He had 19. Duke survived 66-63, setting them up for a date with UConn on Saturday. Well, the Oregon Ducks are safe and sound in the Big Apple tonight. Tuesday, they're going to meet Michigan in the NIT semis and need a win to play on because, unlike years past, there's going to be no consolation games this year. Tourney members cited poor attendance as the reason. Just 10 games remain for the Blazers, and at this rate, well, that postseason could become reality. They're on an impressive run, having won 7 of their last 9, and with each passing game, you just sense a newfound fire with these guys, and they're hoping to fancy some of that momentum back east.
It's all about business right now, one game at a time. That's been our motto, for these last few games. And we looking forward to going to New York now. We got to prepare for them and follow the game plan, and hopefully we can keep ourselves in the game so we can squeak out a victory.
Well, love them or hate them, the Lakers have helped out the Blazers. L.A. wins their 8th straight by sticking it to the Jazz tonight. Karl Malone mailed in 19 against his former employers, and Kobe tossed in 34. Half of them came on free throws. Lakers hold home court, winning 91-84. And there is much rejoice thanks to Utah's loss. The Blazers now tied for 8th, both now a full game up on fading Denver. Hey, Dan Evans, the former Dodgers GM who was fired in February, was hired by the Mariners as a pro scout. And, he probably wasn't too thrilled with what he saw today in Peoria. But, hey, it's still spring and still time to iron out the kinks. Luis Gonzalez feeling a little hungry, so he decides to order out. Gonzo drove in 4 on the day, and Brandon Webb had the M's handcuffed all day long. D-backs 9, Seattle 2. There you have it.
Adam, thank you very much. Hey, let's take a quick look at weather.
Yeah, another gorgeous day out there for tomorrow. Temperatures up into the 70s, then we go back down into the 50s for a couple of days. A little bit of rain on Tuesday, a few showers on Wednesday, and then dry all the way through next weekend. Looks gorgeous. We'll be back up into the 70s again. Another warm weekend.
Yeah, so all you employers out there, be ready for people to be calling in sick tomorrow. Don't forget to watch DDO tomorrow morning starting at 5 o'clock until 9. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good night.
Thank you for watching the 10 o'clock news on Fox 12 Oregon. Rated the #1 primetime newscast in the country. And for overnight developments, wake up to Good Day Oregon tomorrow morning. Your first live and local source for news, weather, and traffic from 5 to 9.
Tomorrow, find out how Fox's hit show 24 keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. We'll chat live with one of the stars. Good Day Oregon, first live local tomorrow at 5.
Hi, folks. I'm Bob Lamphere. Hey, Dave, tell us how low the prices are.
Thanks, Bob. Hey, folks, the 40th anniversary sale continues at Beaverton Honda Pre-Owned. Look at these 3 great deals for only $79.95. Here's a 2000 Corolla, a 97 Subaru all-wheel drive Impreza Outback, or a 98 Civic LX, all with air conditioning, power steering, power windows, power locks, and a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty. They're the shizzle at Beaverton Honda.
Now's the time to get great Toyota values. Like 1.9% financing or $1,000 customer cash on your choice of our tough trucks. There's the powerful Tundra, which Consumers Digest rated a Best Buy, along with the mighty Tacoma, rated a most dependable compact pickup by J.D. Power and Associates. Don't miss Toyota's nationwide sales event with legendary quality, incredible selection, and values. Hey, what's not to like?
Hi, I'm checking in. Hi, checking in. Checking in. Hi.